Hello everyone and welcome to my video. In this video, I'm gonna tell you how to be a support Cooking Master Boy in the Whitestar Airship instance. Cooking Master Boy is the new collab job that you can get for 300 BCC gacha roll. He is a great DPS, but he is a great utility to the team too. First, I'll talk about the skills needed to play this job. I will then talk about the attributes, Aesirs and runes, equips, and finally show you the mechanics and what to do during airship. Let's begin! So first off, for the skills, the first thing to understand is the passive skill. It is important to get 7 out of 7 runes so your cooking skills are doubled and the cooking process will not be interrupted. Cooking Master Boy has 6 main cooking skills. The first skill is Mountain Treasures Hop. Simply put, it is a skill that gives buff to your teammates. At max level, it gives physical and magical damage increase to your teammates by 10% for 2 minutes. Second skill is Crystal Phoenix. Think of this skill as similar to Saint's skill Faith Prey. You protect your teammates from dying for 4 seconds. Third skill is Comet Fried Rice. This gives a shield to you and your teammates. After you're done cooking, you and your teammates continue to get shielded for another 60 seconds. Fourth skill is Sea Bream Continental Seal. This is the healing skill. After you're done cooking, if there are 4 or more of you in the range, you apply invincibility to you and your teammates for 4 seconds. Fifth skill is Magical Panda Tofu. This is the main skill that does magic attack and have 50% chance to inflict burn. The last skill is Big Bang Siomai. The skill isn't needed in airship, so it has the least priority to max. Cooking Master Boy also has 4 passive skills. Firstly, Super Chef is a nice passive that provides up to 60% magic attack and 30% max HP for 4 hours. For now, I only have level 6, but it still provides up to 36% magic attack and 18% max HP. Next, Coiled Dragon Pot reduces variable and fixed cast times for all party mates by 30%, while giving yourself 50% resist while cooking. Mobile Cooking passive skill is great too, as you can move while cooking. I wouldn't say you need to max this out if you're not max drop level yet. 1 strength means 500 more HP, which is not really a priority compared to just having fit for survivability. Forever Spirit Knife is a passive skill that is more for DPS Cooking Boy, so I would max this skill last. Next, let's move on to the attributes. I maxed out luck and int and balanced my fit and strength afterwards. There's no specifics on the amount, you may place the points however you want. The next part is a no-brainer, max out your Aesir monuments. Now on to the runes. You need to get second line for all the runes to get 7 out of 7. For this build, you don't need to aim super high for the first line in my opinion. However, a note to add is you definitely need Chant Buff Rune to help lessen your use of SP if ever you need a 0 SP build. For Arcane Runes, I recommend using Spirit Rune or Indestructible Rune for more survivability. If you don't have Arcane Runes, don't worry, you're good as long as you got the main runes and equipments. So, here are my equipments. I use Stardust Dragon Staff because that's the equip I already got as a Saint main. It gives more HP for my survivability. Here, I am going for a 0 SP build, so for the right side gear, I recommend using Orchestra Rising Star and White Baked Lake Lord card for the headgear. rainbow armor for the mouth, and silver bell for the tail. For face and back, I use Meow Wave and Chicken Axe to help debuff the monsters. For the left side of the equips, I wear RGOP to have poison resist. Don't use Chimera's star card though because there is a chance to poison enemy. The other cards in the left side is just for survivability. You can use any cards you feel like using if you don't have the cards I do to help boost your HP. Here are my shadow equips. They all help with survivability and cooldown. If you haven't fully built your main equips, I would recommend focusing on your main equips before you build shadow equips. All your equips will be useless though unless you know the mechanics. In the airship, I would not recommend using any auto skills. Let's take a look at what to do in the airship itself. In this clip, my friends tried to complete it in the fastest time possible, so we stayed at the very front. I don't recommend doing this unless you're confident with your party. At the start, I would use Mountain Treasure's Hot Pot to buff my party mates. When the first round starts, I alternate between Comet Fried Rice and Sea Bream Continental Seal. If you notice some of your party members' health getting low, you can cast Crystal Phoenix. It'll be hard in airship sometimes, but you can try standing away from your land fae so that your anti-fatal buff can be refreshed. If there is Magical Barrier affixed that week, you can also cast Magical Panda Tofu skill to break it. That's it for my Cookie Master Boy guide. This character is simple to use as a support in Airship, but unless you are willing to spend 300 BCC to roll for the job and roll for 7 out of 7 runes, I would not recommend you use this class. Hope this guide was useful for you. Leave a like if it was, and thank you for watching.